the founder of the Samanid dynasty. In its Persian background, Syr Darya river.
Come in Tajikistan, Brazil.
We have the fortress of Khujand. Looks really great. You can see the Soviet symbol. And this is the place where the constitution was written, where there is Stalin here. It's in 1941. It used traditional method. Hi, good morning my friends. I'm currently in Khujand, Tajikistan. As you can see, the statue behind me is Ismail Somoni, the founder of the Samanid dynasty. Very important person, especially in Tajikistan. So today I will travel and walk around Khujand and see the city. In the past, it is actually a city of Alexandria, Jaxartes, or Alexandria the furthest. So it was founded by Alexander the Great in the 4th century BCE. It was the furthest reaches of his empire. So let's see how the city looks like today. And first we will take a look at Ismail Somoni statue, the founder of the Samanid dynasty. He was born in the Fergana Valley, and actually Khujand is located at the lower reaches of Fergana Valley. And he's a very revered figure. And also the name of the currency in Tajikistan, Somoni, is also named after him. In 100 Somoni, it shows the picture of this ruler, Ismail Somoni. And you can see how Tajikistan is very rooted in its Persian background. Like here you can see, it's look very Persian. Even the symbol of Zoroastrian, kings of Persia. So even though Tajikistan is very related to Uzbekistan, but the language, they still speak Farsi dialect, so Eastern Iranian language instead of Turkic. And here you can see there are cable cars. That's the cable car station. This cable car will take you to cross the Syr Darya river, which is over there. If it's not too expensive, maybe we'll take the cable car. If not, then if it's expensive, then we'll just walk through the bridge. His ancestor is Somoni Huda, one of the first Persian ruler who actually converted into Islam from Zoroastrianism. But this is the descendant, Ismail Somoni. There are some writings in, I think, Russian. I cannot understand. But you can see that he's pictured as a very wise king with a lot of advisors. And there are two lions flanking the statue, like this one. Maybe because it's a symbol of Persia. Okay, let's go to the cable car station and check the price. This is the cable car station, and behind it is Independence Stadium. And actually that's the city, and behind it is actually mountain range. You can see it's getting higher. Now we are at 400 meters above sea level, but if it's not cloudy, you can see even higher mountains behind. Like it's the Fan Mountain, 4,000 meters above sea level. And maybe on Sunday we will go there and do some hike. This is the cable car. And there is a locket here. It says 1 person 15 som. The cable car ride is very short. You can see the end station terminal over there across the river. So it just actually, if you want to see the river Syr Darya from above, and if you like cable car, you might try the cable car for only 15 som. But as for me, I think I just walk because I'm not that interested, and I need to save money because the journey is still long. And we'll just walk and cross the bridge and see the city for ourselves. Somoni is a very respected figure because not only is he like Persian origin, Iranian, he also united Transoxiana, which includes also Uzbekistan. And he died in Bukhara. We actually already saw his mausoleum in Bukhara, the oldest building in Bukhara from 10th century. You can see the main public transport is marshrutka. Vans are everywhere, and taxi, but not bus. There's rarely any bus like this one, the modern one. I think maybe there is only like 1, 2, or 3 lines, but most of the lines are marshrutka. And this is actually a sports complex. Like this one is for swimming pool, and I already show you the stadium over there. And that's the Syr Darya river, so let's cross maybe through here. Even though I heard that Tajikistan is the least developed of the former Soviet Union countries, but I would say this is very unexpected. I'm very impressed with the city, Khujand. It's very modern. Even though there are not many buses, but even the marshrutkas looks really cool. See? Now we are crossing Syr Darya. Syr Darya river. If you go all the way there, you'll go to Uzbekistan. And if you go here to the east, it also goes to Uzbekistan side of Fergana Valley. And there, about 15 kilometers to the east, there is a reservoir, Lake Kairakum. If we have time, maybe we will go there later. But now, we want to do some registration. As a foreigner, if you want to stay in Tajikistan for more than 10 days with visa free, you need to do registration. Look at this river, it's so clear because it's a melted glacier. Wow, amazing. Syr Darya river, formerly known as Jaxartes. Look at that mountain. So this is Khujand, in the northern part of Tajikistan, in the Sughd province. As you can see, this is the Syr Darya river. It separates Khujand into the northern part there, and Khujand on the southern part of the Syr Darya river, which is here, the main center of Khujand. So Khujand is actually the capital of Sughd province. It's actually a province that's famous for atomic cities during the Soviet era, because during the Soviet era, they actually enrich uranium in this area, in this Sughd province. So let's go to the registration office. Hi, so this is the office of visa and registration, or OFIR, in Khujand. I've been inside and I asked about the registration for Gebau permit, basically permit to enter Pamir. So they told me it's better to go to Dusanbe and apply for the permit there because it costs the same, 168 somoni. But there you can actually get the permit for 30 days stay in Pamir. If you apply here, you can only get like 5 days, which is not so good. And they told me to do registration for if you want to stay in Tajikistan for more than 10 days, you also need to register. And they told me just apply also in Dusanbe. So that's it, and we will continue traveling around Khujand. I want to go to the museum and like the oldest part of the city in Khujand. I think it's an archaeological site. It's just right beside the museum of the Sughd province. Let's go. Now I'm walking to the Khujand Fortress, which is near the river back there. And besides the fortress, which is now already turned into a museum, we will also get there. Beside the fortress, there is remains of a very ancient city. Some people say that it's actually Syropolis, even more ancient than Alexandria SKT. So let's check it out. As you can see, buses are rare. There are more marshrutkas, vans, like that one over there also. Let's take a look. Marshrutkas, like that one also. They are on a set route. There are actually numbers. And there are a lot of school children here in Tajikistan. So let's cross the road. Hi, hello.
Yeah, hello.
So from Tajikistan, what's your
From
name?
Tajikistan, yes. My name is Zafar.
Zahar.
Come in Tajikistan, Brazil.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye, Zahar. Khujand is a very interesting city. You can see the school children, even as small as like first primary school students. They are walking by themselves, and it's very interesting. And they have very good uniforms. I think this one is the statue of Romulus and Romulus, the founders of Rome. And here you can see the theater of Khujand in a Stalinist style, but it also actually looks a bit Greek. So maybe it wants to follow the style of Alexander the Great. And over here, we have the fortress of Khujand. So it's newly built over the old fortress, as you can see. Like this part is still under construction. Okay, let's get in. Historical Museum of Sughd region. It's 15 ceremony to get in, and there is I think some meetings upstairs, so we are asked to go down first. And here you can see some modern frescoes. Well, not frescoes because it's not painting. Wow. So it's mosaic. I think it tells the story of Alexander the Great. You know, at his school. I think it depicts the marriage of Alexander the Great with the Sogdian prince, Roxana, because it looks a bit Persian, Aryan, even though she's Sogdian. And his dad, Alexander the Great's dad. This is an iron sword from 2nd to 1st century before Christ. And this one, the map of Alexander the Great's empire. Wow. Nice. Let's enter the Hall of Aryan Civilization. Many of the exhibits here are replicas, as you can see, but it's still cool. At least you can understand a little bit about the civilization growth here, like from Stone Age until the Persian era. This one, I think it's not about Khujand, but it's more about Persepolis, I guess. So let's go. Yeah. This is also Aryan heritage. It's talk about like the Zoroastrianism in the area, like fire worship. And let's go to the next hall. I'm now back at the main hall. This is a globe, copy of the globe, the work of the geographer, astronomer, and cartographer Haji Yusuf Mirvayos. And there is a statue here. I believe this is Ismail Somoni, but let's check. Oh, it's not. It's Temur Malik, national hero of Tajik people. This is the museum, so have a look for yourself. If you go to Khujand, please visit the museum. It's only 15 Somoni. Tajik National House, 18th-19th century. Looks like this. And lastly, the Soviet heritage. See the statue of Stalin, and you already saw the theater in Stalin style right in front of the museum. And the city itself was named Leninabad during the Soviet era. And after independence, it's back to Khujand. So that's the museum. Let's go to the nearby archaeological site. That's the museum, not that big, but for 15 Somoni, I think it's okay. And what I want to go to is actually the Ciropolis, which is located right behind this museum. Hopefully we can circle the museum and find an entrance. The new walls and fake bricks. And that's actually part of the Ciropolis, you can see there. Let's check it out. It's walled, so I think we enter from here, Museum of Archaeology and Fortification. Let's check it out. But I want to show you, remember the cable car from the statue of Ismail Somoni? I think it reaches right to this museum. See, this is the final terminal. For 15 Somoni, you can go from the statue to here, to the museum. Students selling to students. It seems the museum is still closed or not open yet. You can see a new mosque being built over there. This is from 14th century, the blue color of the Timurid dynasty, found in the Mausoleum of Muslihin. Very cool. I just entered the museum, but actually you need to pay 5 some money. I didn't pay. I just talked with the archaeologist there inside. He actually worked here. This is his workplace. Very interesting. And he showed me some ceramics and some story about, for example, we visited Muslihin Mausoleum yesterday. Remember, it's from 13th, 14th century, and he showed me the proof. There's actually some parts of the wall that have a bluish color tile from the Timurid dynasty in the 14th century. So it's really cool, and he's doing other stuff. For example, over there, if you look, see the ceramics being dried. Yeah, so we're gonna continue, but before moving on, I still want to show you this part. So this is the walls here is clearly new, but that one is still the ancient one. So this place was a citadel of the ruler of Khujand. And before, archaeologists think that within this citadel is the city of Alexandria Escate, the furthest Alexandria, at least the core of it. But now the government is turning the area into a tourist complex. It's still under renovation, that's why we couldn't get in. But I will show you the Khujand Fortress, the information board over there. Here is the ancient wall that has turned back to soil, you can see. Or even that one, which looks even bigger. I'm not sure whether all this hill is the wall or is a hill but they make another wall, for example like that one. But some part, as you can see, are being, I don't know whether it's excavated or renovated into new walls, because like the western part and the northern part are actually being renovated. You can see it's still original. It's still very ancient. And one thing that I need to correct myself, before I said there is zero police inside the city of Cyrus, but the archaeologist told me it was wrong information. The Syro police is not here. It's actually a bit more to the west. There, according to some archaeologists, it might be in Kurkat, because it still retains the name of Kur. It's from Kurus or Cyrus, and Kat means village, so it's like Cyrus village. And there is the remains of citadel to the north of the village, so that might be the Syropolis in legend. To the north of this wall, or the fortress, between it and the Syr Darya river, which is there, is actually an ancient mausoleum. It's from 14th century. It's the mausoleum of Kamal Khujandi, a 14th century poet, Iranian poet from Khujand. Let's check it out. The mausoleum building is definitely new, but the tomb is ancient. This is the mausoleum, and besides it, there's actually his statue. It says 1318, 1401, the great poet. I think there's actually a secret passage there. You can climb the rocks and go up to the walls. Okay, let's just go, and if someone asks, just say we don't know anything, because it looks like a place to climb. Let's check. This is the wall. Syr Darya river, mountains, northern Khujand, and this is the wall. Let's just take a look a little bit. Wow, take a look at this. So that's the new mosque, and this is the fortress of Khujand. That was the Khujand Fortress. Very beautiful view from top. You can see the Syr Darya and the mountain. Yeah, let's check one more time the mountain. And from here, I will look for a ride to Arbob Palace. It's actually built by a collective farm head So it's interesting. It's a Soviet style, and actually it tries to replicate the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg. Let's find a way there, but let's take a look at this one here, right here. Here you can see the heroes of Tajikistan. I don't know them, I don't know the name, but at least you can see the bust, the sculpture. Even these two people look similar. I don't know. And this one, an even ancient person. Let's try to read it. It says Debastich. I don't know. It says 13th century. And this one is Tomiris. I don't know. 5th to 6th century. And this is the cable car. Looks really great. It goes all the way to the statue of Ismail Samoni. So before, the statue of Lenin was here, the largest statue, the tallest statue of Lenin in Central Asia. But then it's replaced by Ismail Samoni, and the statue of Lenin is moved somewhere there. I don't know whether we can see from here or not. 22 meters high, maybe somewhere over there, but it's not clear from the camera. So anyway, if we have time, we might go there later. But now, let's find a way to Arbob Palace. I'm back here again, where the Masrutkas gather. Let's find a Masrutka to Arbob Palace. Hopefully there is one from here. By the way, I'm hungry. I missed my lunch. So let's try the doner here. So that's the price. I cannot read Russian Tajik. Let's just ask for chicken. So for chicken, 20 somoni. Yes. And there are some fillings here. Yes, ketchup. So that's it. More mayonnaise. I asked for chicken, but I don't want this. Yes, chicken. So let's try this one. It's called gyro. So let's try this gyro. Looks good. Pretty good. While eating, we will also wait for the Masrutka to Arbob Palace. Okay, we got into one. It says Arbob. It's 2.5 somoni, like last time. Maybe it's fixed price. We are here at Arbob Palace. So it was built in the 1950s by the leader of collective farm. Let's check it out. Wow, you can see the building there. It was built to replicate St. Petersburg. Amazing. Now in front of Arbob Palace, there is cultural and entertainment park, which is this one, which was just recently opened by the president of Tajikistan. Wow. If you can read Russian, Tajik language, please tell me what this is about. It's celebrating something in 2022, the year where this park was opened. And there is an amphitheater over there. The park is still new, so you can see the trees are still small, but you can imagine like in 15 years it's gonna be an awesome park. I get it now. I think it celebrates 30 years of independence of Tajikistan. Independent in 1992, and in 2022, last year, to celebrate 30 years of independence, they actually renovate this park or open this park right in front of the Arbob Palace. Let's go. The two beloved figures of Tajikistan, the left one is of course Ismail Samoni, and the one on the right is the president of Tajikistan. Let's take a closer look. Yes, that's the president, and that's Ismail Somoni. Let's get in. You can see the Soviet symbol. It was built during the Soviet era by collective farm. Imagine that. Now I know for sure why it's celebrated here, the Independence Day, 30 years. Because actually the Constitution was written here in 1992 in this building, Soviet era building. And also, I read that the flag of Tajikistan, it was also decided here. I mean, like they decide the shape and the color, the drawing of the flag. So let's get in. We have entered Arbo Palace. It's 15 som, and actually I have a guide here who will help me tell about this place. Thank you. It's a theater, yeah? Amazing. So this is a theater, but it's only used for political meetings. They had it yesterday also. And this is the place where the constitution was written in 1992 for the independence of Tajikistan. And coincidentally, the Independence Day is tomorrow. But I heard the parade is done today, this morning, so I miss it. And there's also a parade in Dusanbe, which we cannot attend. So as you can see, it's still very beautiful, very nice. Let's check other place. So these people are the ones responsible for the collective farm. I'm told that it's like the biggest collective farm in Tajikistan, or perhaps in the whole Soviet Union. And this person was the leader of the collective farm. His name is Said Hoja Urun Hojayev. And you can see like social labor is like I think a medal of honor of some sort for social labor. And he actually got that achievement 2 times. So it's quite amazing. Like the other one only like 1, you see. So he's a very cool guy, and he built this building as an administration building in 1951. And when was it completed? Until 1957. Yes. So it was 6 years to build this building. Wow. Okay, so this old Tajik's house. And by the way, I know all this information from my guide here. So this replicate a yard, the yard of the old house. Yes, that's where people eat food. And there's an oven and some farming tools. I guess it replicates like the old traditional Tajik house or the collective farm, I guess, with mountains. So there's a room explaining about the history of the formation of the Soviet Union, like from before the revolution and until the founding of Soviet Union. And this one, it's the first school in Khujand. A bit of interesting history. So before, the people here used Latin, but in 1939 they changed it to Kirill or Russian Cyrillic alphabets. And this one, the old news, where there is Stalin here, it's in 1941. Some already use Cyrillic, but some still use Latin alphabet. This hall explains about the building of this Arbo building. But first, you can see this is the income of the collective farm. So it's actually a very successful collective farm. And to build this building, actually it cost 50 million rubles. But because there are a lot of volunteers, like giving free work, like for example these 2 master painters over here. So the cost was cut to only like 12 million rubles. And as you can see, the paintings are masterfully done. It used traditional method, like with eggs, honey, and everything. And you can see it's still very colorful, even though it's already 70 years since then. Amazing. And this is the architect, Hikmat Yildasev. And that one is the Said Hoja Urun Hojayev. And there's also an engineer there, Viktor Machalev. So the very important guy who is responsible in building this palace And I think this one is the construction, when they began construction. You can see the beautiful hall, especially the paintings, very nice. And by the permission of Syr Darya, they said they can put their names here, like the one responsible in painting the halls. So it will be there forever. 1955, this one. And here we have the hero of Tajikistan, Bobojon Gafurov, this one. And he was actually given the honor to put the first stone of our building. He was a literary hero. He wrote a lot of books, and a lot of books about Tajikistan is written by him. See, very nice. And you see the names. This is the painting of the great guy. Now it's put in his old office. So this hall is actually his office when he worked here, and maybe also for the next chairmen. You still can see some antiques, like the phones here, the one for pants, even his original clothes. So he was a tall man, 1 meter 82 centimeters. And interesting thing about him is whenever he go to meetings, official meetings, even to Moscow, he always wear Tajik national clothes like this one. So if you look at his pictures everywhere, he never wears suits, no Western suits. Like for example this one. And this one. Is it the clothes? That one? Okay, not sure. But at least that one is the clothes in the painting, same green. Now this is his funeral. He was really remembered by his followers, and you can see outside is his tomb right there. There, the black marbles in front of the statue, his statue. So that's the inside of Arbo Palace, very good. A lot of history and some museums. And now we will just check the outside. Very good. And that's his tomb there. Maybe let's get there. If you come to Khujand, I really recommend you to visit this Arbo Palace. A very good palace, nice arts and architecture. And for 15 some money, you can get inside, take a look, and actually it's included guided tour, English and Russian also. And that's the tomb. Let's go. There you can see Syr Darya, Urun Khojaev. There's his statue, his bust, and this one is his tomb. Born in 1901, passed away in 1967 at 66 years of age. That's all for Khujand. The next video we will travel to the Fan Mountains, or maybe to the Zarafan Valley. So goodbye, Khujand. Mashrutka is already waiting in front. Let's get on it. Now I want to check the supermarket here in Khujand. Let's see if it's complete. It's this one. Let's look for bread. No American sandwich, so let's take a look at another supermarket. This is the Juma Bazaar in Khujand. It's all made of containers. This is supermarket Yofar. So according to review, this has the best selection of items in all of Khujand. Let's check. This one, see, supermarket. Okay. Looks great. Let's see. chocolate spread. Okay, confirm it's a good place. A lot of selections. I bought some things also. So let's go back and rest until tomorrow. See ya. Ikuti terus Bang Jago. Sampai jumpa.